I'm Kelley Carter, and I'm a senior entertainment reporter for ESPN's The Undefeated. My first job in media, I was working for my hometown newspaper, the Detroit Free Press, covering entertainment. I started there as a special program that was teaching women and people of color how to be experts in a certain area. And for me, the area was arts and entertainment journalism. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to learn how to be a critic and how to have an authoritative voice. And I started there at an interesting time. I was the only female on the entertainment team, and I was the only person of color, and I was the youngest by far. And it was at a time when Detroit was just about to start having a national hip hop scene. You know, Eminem was just about to be signed, D12 was just about to be signed, and all of a sudden people were starting to pay attention to urban music, again, coming out of Detroit. And I come in with this interest in that style of music, and I think the universe just kind of aligned properly in that case. I started out as a newspaper journalist, and I thought that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I stayed in Detroit for a few years, then I left and went to the Chicago Tribune to learn how to be a film reporter. I left the Chicago Tribune to move out to Los Angeles to work for USA Today, where I started covering Hollywood and learning about the ins and outs of this kind of massive industry and learning how to be a national reporter for the first time in my career. The bottom, as I always say, of newspapers started to fall out. I was laid off, and I became an accidental freelancer, launched my own kind of freelance business where I did that for a couple of years, doing both television, magazines, digital properties. Eventually worked for BuzzFeed, and then ESPN came a calling for The Undefeated, and it honestly was a perfect storm, and it was really impossible to say no. There's this comfortability, you know, in the Undefeated newsroom that doesn't exist at any other newsroom in the country, because we all at least kind of have this same baseline. We understand each other's perspective. The way that you would understand sitting down at your family's Thanksgiving table, that everyone has a different perspective, but ultimately everyone kind of comes from the same family tree, and that's really what's so great about being at The Undefeated. My hope is that because I'm an entertainment reporter, I'm not a sports reporter, that I can create some really interesting intersection between entertainment and sports and race too, because that's something that I feel like I have an authoritative voice in, and come up with some really kind of awesome half an hour, I don't know, hour-long, you know, show at an ESPN platform. That to me would be my next dream job.